It was a cold autumn evening when Emma and her friends decided to venture into the Whispering Woods. Local legend warned against entering after dusk, but the group of teenagers dismissed it as nothing more than an old wives' tale. They had heard rumors of strange sounds and eerie shadows, but they were determined to prove there was nothing to be afraid of. The moment they stepped into the forest, a heavy silence fell around them. The air was unnaturally still, as if the woods were holding its breath. Trees loomed high above, their twisted branches tangled like skeletal fingers stretching towards the darkening sky. The path was barely visible, swallowed by a thick carpet of fallen leaves, each one crunching underfoot like the echo of long-lost footsteps. "Maybe we should head back," Emma said, her voice breaking the silence. But her friends laughed, their bravado masking the nervousness in their eyes. They pressed on, deeper into the heart of the forest. As the last sliver of sunlight disappeared behind the trees, the whispering began. At first, it was faint, like the wind rustling through the leaves. But soon, the whispers grew louder, more distinct, like voices. They seemed to come from all around, though there was no one else in the woods. The voices were not speaking any language Emma recognized. They were eerie, fragmented, as if speaking through the veil of time. "Do you hear that?" one of her friends asked, his face pale. Emma nodded, her heart pounding in her chest. The voices seemed to grow more urgent, and the shadows began to shift unnaturally, forming shapes in the corner of her vision. But every time she turned to look, there was nothing there. "Guys, we need to leave now," Emma urged, her voice trembling. But it was too late. The forest had come alive. The trees seemed to bend toward them, their bark groaning as if the very woods were waking from a long slumber. A low, guttural growl rumbled from somewhere deep within the forest, sending a wave of terror through the group. The whispers turned into frantic murmurs, like dozens of unseen beings warning them or luring them. Suddenly, one of their friends, Jake, let out a blood-curdling scream and fell to the ground, clutching his leg. "Something grabbed me," he shouted, his voice shaking with fear. The group looked around frantically, but there was no one, no creature, visible. Yet the whispers grew louder, more malicious. Emma tried to pull Jake to his feet, but the ground beneath him seemed to shift like quicksand. His legs were sinking into the earth as if the forest itself was swallowing him. The others tried to help, but the trees closed in, their branches tangling around them, trapping them. Panic set in as they realized they were no longer in control. The forest had taken hold. "We have to go," Emma screamed, tears streaming down her face. But Jake was already too far gone. His last terrified cry echoed through the woods before he disappeared, pulled into the depths of the forest floor. Emma and the others ran blindly through the woods, the whispers now deafening. The trees twisted and shifted around them, leading them in circles. No matter which way they turned, they found themselves deeper in the forest, trapped in a maze of their own fear. One by one, her friends vanished, plucked by unseen hands, dragged into the shadows. Emma was the last one left, exhausted and terrified. She collapsed at the base of an ancient, gnarled tree, its bark rough against her trembling back. The whispers stopped. The forest fell silent. But Emma knew the forest was not done with her yet. A cold wind brushed past her ear, and with it came a final whisper, soft and clear. "You are ours now." And with that, the trees closed in,